All right, thank you guys. Good afternoon, thank you for joining me. My name is Ricky Desa. I'm a product manager at Adapar. I'm excited to talk to you about private markets benchmarking. And thank you for joining me in one of the final sessions of the summit. I know you guys could have quit and gone back, but I'm glad you're here, and hopefully I'm going to give you another insightful talk. I'm going to talk about benchmarking and how we leveraged our partnership with Databricks to create a differentiated data and analytics offering. We'll explore how Adapar provides deep insights and informed decision-making for our clients in the complex world of private markets. Before we begin, here's a quick legal disclaimer. All the information you see here is around sample and informational purposes and sample portfolio data. Here's what we'll cover today. We'll first start off with a brief introduction on Adapar, our story, our mission, and what drives us. Then we'll go over some of the capabilities around alternative investments. Next, we'll focus on the differentiated offering around private fund benchmarks and how we leverage our data lakehouse solution built on Databricks to power and create this data offering. And finally, we'll explore the underlying data platform that makes all this possible. Here's what we'll cover today. Adapar was founded in the wake of the global financial crisis over 15 years ago. We aim to help our investors answer simple questions around what do I own, where do I own it, and what's the impact on the markets on my portfolio. We strive to build an open architecture platform where we integrate it with any sort of player in the ecosystem. And we have grown exponentially over the past 15 years. We have hundreds of partners, over 450 different data providers that integrate inside of the system, and we have over 1,200 clients, 1,200 clients that represent 50 different global markets and over 100,000 users on the platform. We serve the wealth management space across the board, whether that's a family office, an RIA, a registered investment advisor, an institutional firm, a private bank. Our clients ultimately serve high net worth and ultra high net worth individuals that have complex portfolio structures with varying degrees of investment sophistication and, importantly, a high degree of confidentiality needed on their data. The assets on the platform are growing substantially fast, with over $25 billion added per week. We have over $7 trillion of assets on the platform. This massive, exclusive, and fast-growing data set requires advanced solutions and techniques. Hence, our partnership with Databricks enables us to harness this data effectively in an aggregated and anonymized fashion to create a differentiated data offering and deliver insights for our clients. Now let's review Adepar's capabilities around alternative investments. Adapar was founded on the realization that we want to support our clients across all markets, whether that's a public or private asset, whether that's an NVIDIA stock or whether that's a Databricks or Adapar private security. Visualize that holistically within your portfolio, all in one place. Given the sophistication of our clients, we see there's a whopping 40% of assets on the platform allocated to alternative investments. If we look further into the segment of private funds, we have over 11,000 fund managers, 40,000 funds, and over 250,000 fund positions. Further looking into the family office segment, you can see in green that's highlighted and further broken out private capital, hedge funds, private companies, other alternatives such as art or collectibles. Adapar truly holds a unique data set. This rich, diverse data set affords us the opportunity to develop and create unparalleled insights in the alternative investment space. I'll focus on the private fund investment workflow. For those of you who are not familiar, a fund typically is an investment vehicle that comprises of a fund manager and investors that allocate money into that fund. They're considered LPs or limited partners. This is a pretty lengthy investment period, and clients lock up their investment for a decade or plus. It's illiquid, and it's not as transparent to understand what that value of that asset is. Adapar assists the workflow from the pre-investment, the investment period, during that lengthy period, you're locked into that fund, and even the post-investment. We have various solutions in place that assist our clients, whether that's on the navigator side to assist with cash flow forecasting, also data management around ingesting the data across different types of documents in the private markets, and analysis and reporting around performance measurement around your private funds. And finally, we'll focus more on private fund benchmarks, the newest offering. We understand our clients' pain points and the space. There's a lot of unstructured data. There's all diverse data sets pulled in manually. There's the challenge around commitment planning, forecasting what the allocation and commitments that needed to be allocated into that fund. And quite frankly, there isn't a standardization in this industry. There isn't a unique identifier or ticker or a CUSIP associated to a private fund like we have in the public markets. Again, Adapar provides comprehensive solutions across these different challenges. This brings us to our product spotlight on the private fund benchmarks. To drive deeper performance insights, a core component of this offering is the quarterly performance benchmarks. As you can see, clients can leverage this information directly inside of their Adapar instance in context with their portfolio, whether that's the specific fund, grouping of funds, or a specific portfolio category. We break it down by the vintage, the strategy, or the sub-strategy, and clients can see it across different time horizons, whether that's 1, 3, or 5, or since inception. We have Databricks workflow jobs in place that dynamically refresh the data at a particular cadence, and clients see the latest benchmark data inside of their instance. This isn't just about quarterly snapshots. It's about identifying trends and validating investment strategies. This granular benchmark analysis empowers our clients to make more informed, data-driven decisions. Beyond benchmarks, our diagnostic capabilities allow our clients to dig deeper and uncover some of the opportunities or areas of success. They can see that against their specific fund investments or in context with their entire portfolio. We break it down by the investment strategy, the strategy allocation, investment manager, strategy allocation, and understand the quartile rank against a cohort of different peers. This granular attribution helps our clients understand why performance is what it is, facilitating for targeted improvements and maximizing returns. So how do we create all this? I talk about Databricks, but there's more to this entire workflow. The core platform ingests data from various sources systematically. We even pull in manual information, and then ingest that into our lakehouse powered by Databricks, normalize that information, and then we run pre-computation against primitives. We have security mastering and validating the classification and identification of these securities with third-party sources. And finally, we construct the benchmark through rigorous aggregation and anonymization, filtering, cleansing, and ensuring we have that right metric in place that clients can use against their respective portfolio. Now let's delve deeper into the underlying architecture, the data platform. The Addepar Data Lakehouse, or ADL as we call it internally, is the cornerstone of our platform. It is designed to ingest and unify a variety of different data types and data sources, whether that's CRM data from Salesforce, custodial data feeds that come in against a respective portfolio position and transaction, configuration of a portfolio inside of their respective instance. Adapar allows you to flexibly configure that and associate it against a respective portfolio data feed. And finally, the security master, where we cross-reference the information against trusted sources and unify the client to a respective data feed, ultimately the ownership structure in the portfolio within their instance. A key element of ADL is pre-computation. The why is critical. Our objective is to deliver fast queries at low cost, ultimately unlocking new product domains on that increasing amount of data set. As I mentioned earlier, our data is growing fast, and so this is a core element as part of our private fund benchmarks. As you can see in this chart, on-the-fly computation where calculations happen on the fly every time the query is made, the response time is linear as the volume of data increases. This can lead to frustrated users, slow dashboards, and ultimately lost opportunity. Pre-computation, however, flattens that curve and significantly reduces the burden. There's consistent, rapid performance as the data scales. So what do we pre-compute? Our philosophy is as little as possible, but as much as necessary, and what we call the primitives. These are the fundamental building blocks, the core data elements within a portfolio structure. The design trade-offs are where we have more data storage and network costs, but we believe this is far less than the burden required in computationally running these metrics from scratch. Additionally, Addapar's inherent flexibility means you can have a myriad of different ways and ownership structures that are directly, indirectly, or partially owned. So that computation can be very burdensome. Some pre-computed examples include the value, the cash flow, the ownership structure, and the performance metrics around standard metrics used in private funds like IRR, TVPI, DPI. By having these core components calculated, pre-calculated, our system can assemble and present complex insights almost instantaneously, no matter how detailed that query is. Following the concept of pre-computation, let's examine an example. The table on the left shows you a simple portfolio structure, an ID name match, where Tony Stark has a brokerage account, and the underlying security is Stark Industries. And the table on the right is the closure table. But this isn't just a direct parent-to-child relationship. It is a pre-computed map of all the possible paths and depths within an ownership structure. As you can see, Tony Stark directly against their security is a depth of 2. The closure table is crucial for navigating the often deeply nested and complex hierarchies found in private markets. And the inherent flexibility that Adapar provides you, this can be very detailed. By having these primitives pre-calculated, we're able to instantaneously produce the results in calculating the IRR, TVPI across different time frames against the respective portfolio. Now imagine trying to aggregate this across dozens of funds, all in real time. The closure table allows Adapar to perform these aggregation and calculations with incredible speed and accuracy, providing for a unified, multi-resolution view using our single source of truth against our security master. It is a foundational piece that enables deep analysis without sacrificing for performance. This slide encapsulates it all. What we're trying to achieve is data-driven investment decision-making, attaining financial intelligence, starting from the bottom where we have the data set aggregated across different sources, private and public markets, then constructing that into data in context where clients can identify trends, outliers. And now when they use that against their respective portfolio, they have the knowledge in place to then validate an assumption or a hypothesis made on their portfolio. At the apex, the intelligence is that decision that can be made with this knowledge now, whether that's rebalancing your portfolio, modifying your pacing model, or modifying the entire investment strategy for portfolio. The private fund benchmarks is built on this framework. Next, we plan on creating a self-service capability and platform, and hopefully using some of the new tools and solutions that Databricks announced yesterday and today, where we can enable a faster deployment and creation of these data products and analytics and investor tools for our clients. Databricks enabled the first data product, and we're excited for building more and maximizing the impact of the world's capital. Thank you.